In 1 hour's time, I am going to go up on stage and perform in a one-man show written by and starring me. And I am not ready to go on stage in front of people. I'm not ready to leave the house. Keys. I've not even had time to shower this morning.
She's in the shower. My partner. I know that's not scandalous, but the thing is that when she goes up and has a shower, I often spend my time sitting down alone with this terrible anxiety that she's going to slip and fall and crack her head. I don't even know how long she's been in the shower. Beyond that, I don't know what the statute of limitations is on how long I have to wait while she is showering before I go up and check on her. I don't even know what time it is right now. Okay, I need to find my phone. Okay.
The reason this particular performance is so scary for me is that it's very personal. It's essentially about how my mum died before I got a chance to come out to her. I'm gay, by the way, so at least somebody knows. And you can imagine having to stand up on stage in front of people talking about something so personal, laying my soul bare for other people to see. And what if, sorry Mum, I die on stage?
And here's the thing. Why do I think that she is going to slip and fall in the shower when she never has before? She's an autonomous, intelligent woman. I've never slipped and fallen in the shower. Why do I think she's going to do it just because I'm not there? But here's the problem. I struggle in social situations, even in my own relationship. I don't know what to do most of the time. If I go up there and I find her on the ground with her head smashed open and blood all over the walls, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I phone the police? Do I phone the ambulance, the fireman, all three? Her dad, a neighbour? Do I go running out into the street screaming, my girlfriend is dead? I don't know. Do I clean the walls of all my fingerprints on the off chance that they think I committed the murder? I don't know what I'm supposed to do in any given situation, let alone a situation like that. I'm autistic, by the way.
The thing is, this fear, it's not even unprecedented. Actors die on stage all the time. I've died on stage many a time. One time in particular where I just finished a monologue on stage and the other actor that was supposed to speak to me didn't come on afterwards, and I'm left there on stage with nothing to say and no actor to bounce off. And then I realised that to the audience it looks like I've made a mistake, like I've frozen and forgotten my lines. And I have frozen and I don't have any lines, but it's not my fault. But they don't know that. They just see me standing there in terror. And what's even worse is they don't realise that what's going through my head is every other time in my life that I've ever felt like this. That time that I missed the bus on the way to school to do my first exam and I had to literally run 2 miles to get there and I was late, and what if they didn't let me in? Or that other time where I thought, I've got plenty of time to get home, there's no worry, and I pissed myself, and then I have to try and hide that from my friends. And then what's even worse is 5 years later I find out I didn't hide it from my friends because they tell me that they knew that I pissed myself all along. So then in that moment I'm not just reliving the fact that I pissed myself 5 years ago, I'm back on stage in front of an audience frozen because I don't know what to say because the other actor hasn't come on, and then this never-ending cycle of death in front of a live audience, and I'm not even on stage yet. Keys.
And the thing is, I know that it's me that's more likely to fall over and crack my head in the shower. I know that when I'm sitting down here suffering from all this anxiety about her, I'm projecting back to the amount of times that I've injured myself. I'm projecting back to the time that I accidentally knocked a kettle of boiling water down my leg and ended up in hospital. I'm projecting back to that time I ran down a set of stairs, and when I slipped, in order to protect the camera, I dislocated my shoulder and ended up in hospital. I am projecting back 2 weeks to that time that I knocked a glass off the counter, and instead of letting it drop to the ground and smash, I reached out to try and catch it and punched through it and sliced open my finger. Ended up phoning my neighbour, having them coming over and holding the wound shut so I could sellotape it together in order to go to hospital. So it's not her, it's me. I'm projecting onto her. But it's worse because when I'm sitting there feeling all this anxiety, I'm not just projecting backwards, I'm projecting forwards. I'm projecting past that point where she's cracked her head and there's blood all over the wall, and I'm projecting to the point that I'm standing graveside. And in a Shakespearean gesture, her family are pointing at me in accusation like it's my fault. And maybe it is, because I wasn't standing there looking at her. But then I'm projecting past that, and I'm projecting to the point where I'm homeless as a result of all of this, and I'm ripped to shreds by an Alsatian over a packet of quavers. And beyond that, I'm projecting to when I'm buried and nobody comes to the funeral. And that shouldn't bother me because I'm dead. But that somehow is the worst of all. So I'm not just projecting to her falling over, I'm projecting an entire future of misery. And I don't even know how long she's been in the shower. I need to find my phone. I need to find my phone.
And the thing is, this isn't just another actor dying on stage, because this is me going on stage and bearing my soul, telling people about my life, about my personal feelings and experiences. And if they don't like that, if that's not funny and if it's boring, does that mean they don't like me? Does that mean that I'm not funny? Does that mean that I'm boring? And if it does mean that, does that mean that every single interaction in my life has been just some micro version of me standing on stage dying? That every single time I'm standing there, other people are just looking at me thinking, my God, you're boring. My God, you are not funny. My God, you're unlikable.
And the thing is, time is nebulous. But I spend most of mine projecting forward to every single possible outcome of every single possible situation that I might encounter in order to find a way of coping with just one of those outcomes. It's exhausting and overwhelming. And I know what you're thinking. I know. You don't panic about the possibility of your partner drowning in a bath. I'm not even casting any aspersions on that. No, I don't judge you. It's me that I'm judging.
What if I get there and I'm late? Or if they won't let me in? Or if I've pissed myself and they all just stand there laughing at me, pissing myself on stage? Do you know what it sounds like to die on stage?
Have you ever stood at the bottom of the stairs and spent that time listening and trying to figure out whether your partner has fallen over and cracked her head and is lying in a pool of her own blood?
Like this.
She's up there right now.
I mean, how does that feel to you? How do you think it feels to me?
I don't know what the statute of limitations are before I can legitimately go up and check on her. And the thing is, the one thing I haven't projected forward ahead to is the possibility that she might just come out of that shower, having not slipped and fallen and cracked her head, and she's not lying in a pool of her own blood, but instead she had a refreshing cleanse. And I don't know how to respond to that. Do I go up and hug her and tell her I'm glad that she's alive? I mean, shouldn't we all be doing that with our partners all the time? The thing is, I don't know. It's exhausting.
And the thing is, I know that I'm not curing cancer. I'm not creating world peace. I'm not stopping war for all time, and the world will not end if people don't like this show. Nobody will die. Not literally. But you know when you get up in the morning and you have that moment where you're brushing your teeth or in the shower and you suddenly catch yourself and you think, am I making a difference? Does anything I do actually matter? And it's like that 100-fold, because I'm going to be standing up in front of a whole bunch of people, and all I want is for them to enjoy it, for them to laugh, for somebody somewhere to hear my story and go, I get it. I've been through that. It helps me. It changes something small. And really that's, I think, why I do what I do, and why I feel so goddamn anxious about it every time I do it.
It's been 10 minutes. Good luck, Derek.
Thanks, Dominic. She's not going to fall in the shower.